Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so before we start, cheers to Red One.
Yep. And to Brandon.
Yeah. For our first ever podcast. Cheers, man.
And are you not going to tell them the name of the podcast?
Oh yeah, the podcast is called Gym Mics.
All right.
Gym Mics.
And every week we will be talking about different stuff regarding fitness, lifestyle,
Yeah.
and we'll be having different
Who knows?
guests.
We might have some other topics in there. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And we'll have some guests around with us as well too. Yeah.
It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
All right.
Well, for the topic for today.
Yeah, we'll discuss why we are doing this podcast and why you wanted to become a trainer, why I wanted to become a trainer, and how we got into fitness industry.
Okay, so the reason why I became a trainer actually.
Oh, so I'll put the question in that way. What inspired you to become a personal trainer?
Oh shoot, bro. Well, my story is actually pretty deep. So what happened was, I have a testimonial to God about becoming a personal trainer, bro.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Testimonial to God.
It
Oh
gets
wow!
pretty deep, bro.
Yeah,
Did I ever told you that though?
No, you didn't. No. What do you mean by testimonial to God?
All right, let me tell you the story. Okay, so actually, before I was even a trainer, right?
Yeah.
I was working 2 jobs, just didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, but gym at the time was a hobby of mine.
All right. So you was having 2 jobs,
Yeah.
and then you was working outside the side.
Yeah, exactly. But gym was a hobby of mine. It got me close to my transformation of what I look like now. But
Oh wow!
if it wasn't for that, I had an experience actually while I was having those 2 jobs, and I was going to school for computer programming actually, which I dropped out of because I realized I didn't want to do it. But anyways, while I was balancing all 3.
Okay. So you
was
was
at
going to
Starbucks,
college and then
security,
right.
and going to college to be a computer programmer.
Tough life.
Yeah, and I was about to have an internship too.
Oh wow!
With one of the banks, but like, it's okay. Dropped out of it anyways.
Right.
So, the reason why I dropped out of it actually is because, like, I didn't see myself doing that type of job, bro, for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, imagine like you're on the computer desk, slouching all day, just typing away, and then
Every
9 hours a day, just, I couldn't.
Right.
I was like, what the heck?
It's like
do that
you
forever,
see someone
bro.
doing it, but when you want to actually do it,
Yeah.
you see it's how difficult is it for. Yeah.
I know,
No disrespect to the people who do
but this is what it looked like, because like, bro,
those kind of jobs.
this
but,
is the perspective of a computer programmer.
Yeah.
First off, I'm gonna have to be fixing people's code.
Yeah. No,
And
I'm
there's
saying that if you love it, it's a good job though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably you didn't like it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I couldn't.
It's like
see
me.
myself
I don't
sitting
want to be a
down.
lawyer. Similar,
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy was a lawyer back then. That's crazy. Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dropped out of it, and I just didn't know what to do with my life. I was at my lowest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I met someone at one of my jobs.
Right.
Yeah. Who basically got me to Christianity.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's pretty deep. I don't know if we're gonna go this deep right now.
Okay, no, we'll go about that. Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna go this deep right now, but it went to the point it got to Christianity, and I wanted to, like, at that time, like, be able to free up my time for God, because I was a Christian, right, and I really believed in God, and because, like, man, that's a deep topic. What is afterlife? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, we're not gonna go into that. Right? But I believed in God, and basically they taught me that we gotta share our gifts. What is that? Was that a dog? Oh, I thought that was like a. Oh, okay. Anyways.
All right.
Yeah, we have to share our gifts that God gave us.
Right.
For the people of this world, you know what I mean? And for God, just connect out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
Man, I'm not a pastor, guys. I don't know. I don't know if I should be talking about God right now, but yes, I want to free up my time, and I had 2 jobs. I just couldn't like have the time.
Right.
So I wanted to make more time by finding a career that I would be able to save more of my time and make money, right? But I didn't know what to do.
Right.
Because all I knew was I could have made a lot of money in computer programming, but I don't think I want to sit down. So I dropped out of that. But I met a friend, got me through God, and helped me figure out what I could do with a couple of gifts. And so one of my gifts is actually singing.
Oh wow, you sing as well?
Yeah, I can sing.
Oh wow. Yeah. You wanna sing for us?
Hell no, maybe in another video, or maybe if we go karaoke one day.
All right, we'll do it.
We'll go karaoke one day. But
yeah,
that was one of my gifts. One of the people in the church, they were like, "Yo, you're such a good singer. Why don't you just just become a singer for the..." Oh shit, bro! You just spilled something on your jack. Luckily, you just dodged a lot of the white t-shirt, bro. That's fine. You're blessed. Coffee, man. All right.
Why you wanted to become a personal trainer?
Yeah. So where was I?
Yeah. So basically, at the church, people were telling you.
Oh yeah. To use my one of my gifts, which was singing. Oh, they never closed it properly for you, bro. You okay? I think I got tissue somewhere, man. Oh no, I don't got tissue, bro.
Okay, that's not a problem. I'll just clean it when I go.
But it wasn't that. I didn't want because I couldn't practice with them because my time didn't meet. So I still had to find another job, right? So at that time, I was looking at a career, which is personal training,
right,
or advancing my career as a
programmer.
No, I was a security guard at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So you wanted to be
either that or maybe move up in Starbucks ladder,
like become a manager or something.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't see myself working at Starbucks either.
Right.
Because I feel like in Starbucks they always talked about making connections with the customer and just because everyone there shares a bond with coffee.
Right.
It starts all our days off right and just positive right off the bat.
Right.
Starbucks should sponsor me for this, for saying that. But anyways,
definitely.
But anyways, it wasn't being a barista. So I realized the other gift I had,
right,
and I didn't know this until I realized, but I was training myself in Fit for Less at the time for 2 years, and then got close to my transformation. So for
wow,
that's pretty
so that was
a short amount of time, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I would say the only thing that changed with my body is just I gained more muscle mass throughout the periods. But basically I started at 220 pounds, dropped down to 120, skin and bone. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, how the heck did I lose all this weight? I look so skinny, right?
Right.
So then I started to eat more. I tried to learn about nutrition more.
And so you started to fall, getting into a track, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And then next thing you know, I became fucking jacked. I became fucking jacked, bro.
Getting all the compliments.
Tracking nutrition is very key, though. A lot of people they don't know how to track their nutrition. Yeah, which should be another topic.
Yes.
I
think because even if you're at the gym, maybe 2 hours a day, if you have other jobs, but it's usually rest of the 22 hours you're with yourself. 8 hours, even if you sleep, the rest of it is nutrition. No.
Yeah.
There's 8 hour, 2 hour workout, 10 hours, right? And then the rest of that 14 hours, it's what's nutrition, keeping you moving. Letting those muscles grow. Try to lose the fat you want to lose.
Yeah, and it helps. You have to know nutrition for recovery.
Yeah,
because that'll definitely speed up
your muscle growth too, right?
Growth too, yeah.
Okay.
You'll hit more.
Getting back to your topic about why you wanted to become a personal trainer.
Damn, how we get into so many side quests here?
I think this is our first podcast.
Yeah,
so
first podcast, huh? But yeah, so I realized one of my gifts was changing the human body. Well, my body at least. So then I started to change other people's body, and I wasn't a trainer with Good Life at the time.
Right.
But like,
so you started having clients.
No, they weren't my clients, bro. They're just friends.
And you started helping them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But their habits are terrible, you know?
Okay.
You know those ones.
Right.
There's always a couple of clients that need more help with their habits compared to others.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's where it makes the difference.
It's
when
the
you have a professional personal trainer helping you, then a friend helping you.
Yeah.
Right? It's completely different.
Yeah. Because like if the thing is not it's not only that, but it's also the time frame of how long they mastered those bad habits.
Right.
Yeah, I find like it's
no, that I know, but I'm saying just a friend helping you with personal training compared to a professional personal trainer helping you.
Oh yeah.
Fixing the habits, making the nutrition, doing it. So, like now you are a level 4 trainer.
Personal trainer will never be a personal trainer because they don't want to soil the relationship that they currently have with their friend.
Right.
So they're not gonna actually be a real personal trainer. And you know what I mean?
Yes. I always say your best friend and your partner cannot be your personal trainer.
Exactly.
Usually, most of the time. There could be some exception, but that is not an example.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
For sure. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure you have some experience too, training for free our family members and some relatives.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't listen to us.
Everybody wants a free diet plan and workout plan, right?
Yeah. Bro, they think that's all they need. No,
but
they need more than
I'm
that.
like, go to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
They can give you a lot of diet plan and workout plan. Try it.
What the heck?
But if it's that easy,
it's not it.
It's more about accountability.
Accountability.
Yeah.
And just making those slow progressions towards mastering those habits.
Right.
Because some people, they cold turkey some stuff and it just doesn't work out.
No. You have to change the habit slowly though.
It doesn't work
but
out.
for
there's a few people that could cold turkey it, but you know, if you try cold turkeying it like multiple times, you know you're not gonna cold turkey it again.
Right.
You gotta do it gradually, you know.
Right. So getting back to your question, so these are the reasons you wanted to become a personal trainer. Pretty much because you started changing people's life, and you wanted to have a career shift.
Save my time. So I was looking at like incomes.
Right.
Okay, we're not gonna go over Good Life income right now, but
we'll talk about that maybe another day. Right. So so going to a question
So the testimonial though for God though, we're going to it. So basically my friend she helped me decide, try becoming a personal trainer. Right?
So it was the friend's idea, basically.
It was a friend's idea because that's one of my things that I find easy to do for people and myself. Right. Like I know how to transform people.
Right.
So I did my research. I realized it's a career that I'll be able to not only support me but my family and help people. Like that is crazy. I'm helping people and making money for it, like a doctor. You know, like I find like that's actually pretty cool. But the only difference is we're in the front line. We're in the front line of helping people prevent their health from going to the hospital. Whereas a doctor, they're more for like helping fix their health that they fucked up. You know what I mean?
So that's debatable. Yeah.
Like a lot of people, they don't
know.
No,
we need every kind of job in our world to survive, you know?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
But so welcome to the personal training business.
Oh, wait. Okay, you know what? We'll connect. But that's how I pretty much became
a personal trainer.
Yeah, but one thing though.
But do you like the job, being a personal trainer?
I do. But the reason why I became a Good Life trainer though, I actually didn't know where to apply it to. Right? At that time, I put out a lot of interviews, you know,
for personal
training. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I met another personal trainer. They were a pastor. And I was having a lot of anxiety going into personal training. I was like, shoot, you know, when you have your first new job ever, you don't know like how hard it's gonna be.
So your religion helped you,
yeah,
throughout the whole process to become a trainer too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We should have a whole discussion about that one day. Definitely. All right.
It does.
So moving on to a second question, I would like to ask that a lot of clients ask.
Wait, what about you, bro? Why did you become a personal trainer?
Oh, me? I started training.
I talked too long, bro.
Okay. So me, how did I wanted to become a personal trainer? So I didn't knew what I wanted to become, right?
Yeah.
So my dad gave me an option that I get to study law or I get to study law.
Just no option, bro. You just go straight to law no matter what.
Yeah.
I need you in law, bro.
Exactly. So I did graduate from there, but I do love the subject itself.
Yeah.
I love the politics side of it, but I don't like the paper side.
I can see you're a very positive political guy, though.